Should schools remain open this summer to make up for learning lost for this past year? In other words, the division of being at home or hybrid or lack of being in the classroom?
We should certainly be open to it, right? I think everyone wants to get kids back in the classroom. This last year has been incredibly difficult on students in communities of color, students with disabilities, those in rural communities who lack access to broadband internet. And unfortunately, the Baker administration has not taken the steps to prioritize safely reopening schools, right? We should have been able to get kids back in school by prioritizing teachers within vaccination and, quite frankly, using the American Rescue Plan funds that have been made available to safely reopen schools, right? We've had whiplash back and forth. First, the governor says, districts, you're on your own, come up with your own plan, and then an arbitrary deadline is set for their full return and they're told to scrap that plan. We need to act with urgency to prioritize getting kids back in the classroom. Part of that is vaccinating teachers as well.
And if schools do remain open this summer, who should pay for it?
The state has to step up and make that. We need to make those investments in our communities and kids, but I think we need to give the flexibility to each district to determine where they are at. The districts know best what they need. They need a partner in the corner office. That's what I'm running to be.
So one of the great joys of being governor is taking custody of the MBTA and the commuter rail system. This week there was yet another derailment on the Orange Line, one of the new cars. The Band-Aid approach doesn't seem to be working. Are you prepared to overhaul the entire system? And if so, where would you get the money that would be needed to do it?
Yes, I am, and the transportation system in Massachusetts isn't serving anyone. It's not serving the folks who I grew up with in the Berkshires. It's not serving riders on the T. We've been left with a series of false choices that have pitted one region against the other. So yes, as a part of comprehensive tax reform, we will come up with the resources to invest in transportation, to be able to do so in a way that addresses economic fairness, that helps us solve climate change through reliable public transit, and that makes sure that as we come out of this economic recession, that our transportation system is part of helping us grow stronger and fairer, not holding us back like it has been for too long.
You've been critical of the governor's refusal to sign the climate change bill. His amendments, however, have been subtle. He sees a 45% instead of 50% reduction of emissions from 1990 levels by the year 2030. So where is the governor, if you forgive the pun because we were just talking about trains, where's the governor off the rail?
The governor's off the rail because he doesn't realize that the most important resource in the debate around climate change is time. Time is not a renewable resource. So yes, he should have signed the bill in December and in January when it was brought to him. Every time we delay action on climate change, it becomes that much tougher, that much more costly to actually do the right thing. That's the frustrating part about this debate. We're rehashing arguments from the last 20 years where we pretend that there's no cost to inaction when we know there's significant cost to not moving on climate change. And yet there are significant benefits that the governor has ignored to climate action creating jobs across the state.